I want you to make a paper tracing of the gold spot that's in the center of the 3 purple petals. Cut one to fit exactly over that purple half moon. If it's not exact, don't drive yourself crazy. Once you get one cut to the size, we're going to cut a second one smaller out of the same felt. So cut within the lines of your tracing so that it comes out a little smaller. Place the 2 pieces together, and with a sharp needle threaded with gold beading thread, run the knotted end through the 2 layers of felt to hold them together. Drop your needle down through the center of the area that we're going to cover with the wool and begin to applique the piece to the canvas. Come up underneath and catch just a little bit of the edge of the wool. Don't make big stitches, keep them small. We want it to basically be a blind stitch. So come up from underneath, catch a little bit of the wool, and then take your needle back down to the back of the work. I've threaded a good amount of the gold beading thread onto this needle because we're going to continue to use it for the next step, which is gold chipping. With your gold check burl pearl, we're going to clip about an 1/8 inch in from the end, making little beads basically to put onto your canvas. Use an old pair of scissors. Don't use anything that you still use for cutting thread. You see how I'm cutting way back into the V of the scissors? Do that. Come up through the middle of the felted area, thread a piece of the gold onto the needle, and back down through the felt. And continue doing this. Come up through the felt, get a piece of gold onto the needle, thread right through the center of the core, and back down through the felt. Don't try to be neat. It's actually better if it's messy. It catches more light that way. I've brought my needle up through the metal and then back down close to where I came up so that it basically bends the metal. The more crunchy it is, the more sparkly it is. The gold that's in your kit is for this area and 2 more areas, so don't use it all up in the first one. Be judicious in your use. But keep piling it on because it really looks cool. The next section is random string art. Bring your needle up at the innermost point of the purple petal and down at the outer point. Then for your second stitch, come a few threads away, canvas threads away from where you first came up, and then a few threads away from where you went down. And continue in this manner. Don't get your stitches too close together. We want them far apart so some of the canvas shows through. It gets too bulky and it's just not as pretty if you get too many stitches. So less is more here. And you don't have to go around the whole petal. I'm going to stop about halfway down on the outer side. One more stitch, two more stitches. There you go. Voila.